You're not normal.
What do you mean I'm not normal?
Well, look at you.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the 10 most brutal takedowns inflicted on television hosts.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 8. Say what you really think. With the amount of shows Jimmy Carr hosts, it's no surprise that he's had some chat back from the contestants.
What are you doing, Jonathan?
I'm going to go outside, I'm going to shave my dogs and leave a little bit of beer, and you see if they look like ladies.
Just look at how Sherlock destroyed him following his tax dodging scandal. But Jonathan Ross, on the other hand, couldn't hold anything back when Carr was hosting the big fat quiz of everything. When Carr got a little too pedantic with one of Ross's answers, the gloves came off.
And then he could hypnotise people.
Read minds, hypnotise, sort of the same answer.
It's not remotely the same thing.
It really feels like Ross had been keeping that one in the chamber for quite a while.
What's wrong with you massive overpaid... Listen.
Number 7. The past comes back.
Okay,
Enough
right.
abuse, and I feel the need to maybe turn the tables on you.
Yeah.
Simon Amstel has one of the sharpest tongues in British entertainment, and he used it to berate and humiliate guests countless times on Never Mind the Buzzcocks. However, he had the tables turned on him by Davina McCall when his bullying got a bit too much. She shared with the world a clip of Simon from back when he was just 12 years old. And yes, it's embarrassing. This goes down as perhaps the one and only time Simon got brought down a peg on the show, and that makes it all the sweeter.
I was 12 and I had a mortgage to pay and kids to feed. Okay? Just in case one person watching might have thought I was cool.
Number 6. Big back and forth. That's right, you'll get plenty of Jimmy Carr in this countdown because roasting is kind of his bread and butter.
Look at our teeth, right? This is what happens when you don't eat 8 bags of Haribo a day.
When he appeared on the Big Nasty Show, he made sure he was firing on all cylinders. He took some very sharp jabs at the host, particularly at his stature.
What were you saying about going to the gym? What were you... Let's go rewind to that, my friend, because what's your favourite machine? The vending?
Fortunately though, Nasty can take it and dish it out in equal spades, and he gave Jimmy a proper run for his money.
You gotta teach me this white boy crime stuff.
You can sense a sort of mutual respect for one another as they savagely tear into their roasting rival.
Say that again, because that's the only exercise he's ever had.
Number 5. Naughty Naughty. Angus Deon served as the host of Have I Got News For You for a solid 12 years. But in 2002, he ran into a bit of a speed bump when his extracurricular activities came to light in a News of the World article.
This has been one story of the week, isn't it? But the one I'm really interested in, Angus, is...
When it came time for him to host that week's episode of Have I Got News For You, team leaders Ian Hislop and Paul Merton surely wouldn't take advantage of the situation, right? Wrong.
Angus was the best lover I've ever had and you didn't pay her.
They let him have it, referencing his use of illegal substance and other unsavoury services. Angus Deon, admirably, took it all on the chin.
I wondered if she was wired. She was wired?
I don't think she was the only one that was wired.
Number 4. Friendly Fire. Your Face or Mine wasn't quite like other game shows on telly, primarily for the fact that it had 2 hosts.
He's no one's type. That's what the money's for.
And those were the dynamic combo of Jimmy Carr and Catherine Ryan, a match made in heaven, or perhaps hell.
You can take that any way you like, but like...
She does take it anyway, she does.
The two could never resist the opportunity to brutally roast one another throughout the show's run any time the chance presented itself.
This is not the show to come on and worry about being judged for having work done.
I don't know who that joke is about. It could be either of us.
Whether it was coming from love or hate, we'll never know, but it certainly added to the show's hilarity. In fact, it was the reason why most tuned in the first place.
I'd like to apologise to the man in the front row who can't unsee that.
Number 3. Concrete what? This clip went viral for how truly bizarre it is. Mike Graham brought on an Insulate Britain climate activist named Cameron for a debate. The guest opened with a cheeky remark.
What are you glued to, Cameron?
Just your screen, unfortunately.
But it's what happens next that got people laughing. Cameron is a carpenter, so Graham took aim at the fact that he cuts down trees. which Cameron contests.
How is it sustainable if you're killing trees?
Because it's regenerative, you can grow trees.
That's when Graham made this bizarre statement.
You can grow all sorts of things, can't you?
Well, you can't grow concrete.
You can.
Graham would later try to save face by claiming he was describing how concrete expands, which of course makes absolutely no sense given the context of their conversation.
Cement goes in, you know, you make concrete, it expands, it grows.
Number 2. Pot meets kettle. We always wondered how Susanna Reid put up with Piers Morgan's strops on Good Morning Britain, but it seems she was just waiting for the right moment to let it all out.
I get annoyed when people start banging on about politics on Facebook. It really annoys me. I've had to unfriend family members.
One time, when Piers was whinging about people on Facebook getting too political, Susanna just couldn't help but point out the irony in the situation.
Someone just keeps going on and on and on, and you just need respite and a break, and you just wish you could defriend them, but you're just forced every day to listen to their views.
As she described how annoying it was, Piers realised he'd been a bit of a hypocrite and kept his mouth shut. It must have felt so cathartic to finally get him to see the light.
Stephen Fry tweeted that clip with the comment, "This has caused sunshine to burst through the clouds."
Number 1. The strongest link.
Howard,
Anne.
are you more interesting than you look?
The whole appeal of the game show The Weakest Link was Anne Robinson's brutal takedowns of the contestants who she deemed to be unintelligent. But unfortunately for Anne, when she hosted the American version of the show, she finally met her match. Enter Howard, a witty contestant with an answer for everything.
Tell me if there's anything interesting about your job.
Absolutely not. No. It's interesting to me, but I'm sure that it would probably go right over your head.
Okay.
It's not every day you see Anne left completely speechless, but that's exactly what happens here, as Howard absolutely eviscerated her.
You're always very quick, are you, Howard?
In some things, yes. In other things, I like to take my time, if you know what I mean.
I've absolutely no idea what you mean. What do you mean?
Somehow I don't doubt that.
Perhaps he should have become the host of the show after this one. What's the most humiliating roast you've ever seen on TV? Let us know in the comments below.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.